好的，是第15周的练习。那么接续上一周的内容，一样要先说一下，里面会练习迷宫饭的故事内容，所以迷宫饭剧透注意。贪西博，突然忘记那个怎么念韩文的
던전밥
贪珍宝，贪珍宝诶，스포일 르， 贪珍宝诶，然后呢，
스포일러
스포일
경고
러 경고， 贪珍宝诶，스포일 르 경고， 경고， 然后英文好像不是这样吧，应该是 delicious in dungeon spoilers ahead。然后日文是 dungeon 飯ネタバレ注意。对，所以上一周呢用 Gemini 做了那个介绍的网页嘛，所以会再用这个网页复习一下，然后最后的检视我是否真的学会，我想要再回到一开始的练习方法，回去跟 ChatGPT 对话看看，看我能不能用我自己学会的这些内容跟他进行对话，不然现在会有一点点像是在背课文嘛，所以之前的话是先，总之就是先介绍3位主角，那后面之后登场的人的话，之后再慢慢的加上去。第一周的话是好，那就先英文吧。Laios is a Toman warrior who is fascinated not only by monsters as enemies, but also by their unique biology and flavors. He came up with the idea to survive by using defeat monsters as food, which is the origin of the party's unique meals. 这断句好难呢。
He came up with the idea to survive by using defeated monsters as food, which is the origin of the party's unique meals.
He came up with the idea to survive by using defeat monster as food. 到底断在哪里
He came up with the idea to survive by using defeated monsters as food, which is the origin of the party's unique meals. Origin.
Origin. He came up with the idea to survive by using defeat monsters as food, which is the origin of the party's unique meals. Marcio is a half-elf mage skilled in healing and combat support. Of course, high firepower offensive magic is also her specialty. Specialty. But she often feels repulsed by eating monster cuisine, causing some conflict within the group. Conflict.
But she often feels repulsed by eating monster cuisine, causing some conflict within the group.
Within the group. Chilchak.
Chilchuk is a pragmatic half-foot locksmith and trap disarmer, calm and reliable, helping the team safely navigate the dangers of the dungeon.
Chilchuk is a pragmatic half-foot locksmith and trap disarmer. Disarmer. Calm and reliable, helping the team safety navigate the dangers of the dungeon. Navigate. Chilchuk is a pragmatic half-foot locksmith and trap disarmer, calm and reliable. Foot. Half-foot and reliable, helping the team safety navigate the dangers of the dungeon. 应该是可以。好，那就试着跟 ChatGPT 练习看看。好，语音模式。Okay, so I want to practice English in talking about delicious in dungeon.
Great start. Just a couple small corrections. One, instead of practice, you can say practice. In American English, it's spelled with a C. Instead of talking about delicious in dungeon, you might say talking about delicious food in a dungeon. So a more natural version.
No. Did you know the comic, code Dungeon Meshi in Japanese?
All right, let's refine that a bit. One, instead of saying, did you know the comic code, you can say, did you know the comic called? Also, Dungeon Meshi is a Japanese title, so you might say the Japanese comic Dungeon Meshi. A more natural version would be, did you know the Japanese comic called Dungeon Meshi?
Did you know the Japanese comic called Dungeon Meshi? And do you know how could I code it in English?
That was great. Just a couple small tweaks. One, instead of saying, how could I code it in English, you might say, how could I translate it into English?
How could I translate it in English?
Perfect. That sounds natural and clear. If you have any specific phrases or parts you'd like help translating, just let me know and we can work on them together.
It is exactly a question. So how could I translate the Dungeon Meshi from Japanese to English?
That was really good. Just a minor point. Instead of saying exactly a question, you can simply say it's a question or it's really a question. So a smooth version would be it's a question. So how could I translate Dungeon Meshi from Japanese to English?
It's a really question, so please answer me.
Almost there. Instead of saying it's a really question, you can say it's really a question or just it's a question. Also, you can say please answer me more naturally as please let me know or please tell me. So a natural version would be it's really a question, so please let me know. You're doing great.
It's really a question, so please answer me. Do you know how to translate Dungeon Meshi in English?
That was excellent. That sentence is clear and natural. If you have any specific phrases or details about the translation you'd like to dive into, just let me know and we can keep practicing.
你需要暂停修正我的句子，然后回答我的问题。
Got it. I'll make sure to pause and correct your sentences before answering your questions. Just let me know whenever you're ready, and we'll keep it nice and smooth.
所以我的问题是，你知道迷宫饭的英文是什么吗？
So my question is, do you know what the English term for bigongfen is?
我没有要你翻译，我要你回答我的问题。
Got it. I'll focus on answering your question directly. The English title for Mi Gong Fen is Delicious in Dungeon. Let me know if you have any other questions.
Okay. So I want to practice conversation, oral conversation, or have a, I don't know, communicate with you. I don't know how to say oral conversation.
You can say speaking practice or simply conversation practice. Both work really well and sound natural.
Okay, so I want to have a conversation practice with you, and today's topic will about Delicious in Dungeon, a Japanese comic.
That was great. Just a tiny adjustment. Instead of will about, you can say will be about. So a smooth version would be, I want to have a conversation practice with you, and today's topic will be about Delicious in Dungeon, a Japanese comic.
I want to have a conversation practice with you, and today's topic will be about Delicious in Dungeon, a Japanese comic. So I want to introduce 3 main characters in the story.
That was excellent. Everything sounded clear and natural. Just a tiny note, you can say a Japanese comic or the Japanese comic, depending on the context, but both are fine. Feel free to go ahead and introduce those characters whenever you're ready.
So I want to introduce 3 main characters here. The first person is Laios. Laios is a tall man warrior who is fascinated not only by monsters as enemies, but also by their unique biology and flavors.
That was really good. Just a couple of small adjustments. One, instead of fascinate, you can say fascinated to match the correct verb form. Instead of monster as enemies, it's more natural to say monsters as enemies. So a refined version would be the first person is Laios. Laios is a tall man warrior who is fascinated not only by monsters as enemies, but also by their unique biology and flavors. Great job.
So the first person is Laos. Laos is a tall man warrior who is fascinated who is fascinated not only by monsters as enemies, but also by their unique biology and flavors.
Perfect. That was spot on. You really nailed the correction. If you'd like to introduce the next character, feel free to go ahead and we keep it going.
So he came up with the idea to survive by using defeat monster as food in the origin of the party's unique meals.
That was really good. Just a slight tweak for clarity. Instead of the origin of the party's unique meals, you can say the origin of the party's unique dishes. So a refined version would be, he came up with the idea to survive by using defeated monsters as food, which is the origin of the party's unique dishes. Great job.
So the first person is Laos. Laos is a tall man warrior who is fascinated not only by monsters as enemies, but also by their unique biology and flavors. So he came up with the idea to survive by using defeat monsters as food, which is the origin of the party's unique dishes.
That was fantastic. You put everything together really smoothly. If you're ready to introduce the next character, just go ahead and we'll keep building on it.
So the next important role in the party is Marcio, who is she is a half elf mage, skilled in healing and combat support.
That was great. Just a tiny adjustment for clarity. Instead of saying she is a health elf mage, you can say she is a high elf mage or a healer elf mage. Also, you can say skilled in healing and combat support. So
I'm not talking a health elf. I want to say half elf, which means his parents is one of her parents is normal human, but the other one is elf.
Got it. Thanks for clarifying. In that case, you can say half elf mage to show that one parent is human and the other is elf. So a refined version would be the next important role in the party is Marcio, who is a half elf mage skilled in healing and combat support.
Her name is not Marcio, it's Marcio. Marcel.
Got it. Thanks for letting me know. So we'll say Marcio instead of Marcio. So the corrected version would be...
No, maybe my pronunciation is terrible, but could you Google it about how to pronounce the dungeon mage?
You're correct. The character's name is Marcial, and it's pronounced Marcial with the emphasis on the first.
Okay, Marcio. So, I want to introduce the next character in this story. Who is? She's Marcio. Am I right?
Yes, that's right. Marcial is indeed one of the main characters. You're definitely on the right track. Whenever you're ready, you can go ahead and introduce the next character, and I'm here to help with any pronunciation or details.
So Marcio is also an important role in this party. She is a half elf mage, skilled in healing and combat support.
That was perfect. You got the pronunciation and the details spot on. If you'd like to move on to the next character or dive deeper into anything else, just let me know.
But actually, of course, as a mage, high firepower offensive magic is also her specialty.
That was great. Just a small tweak for flow. Instead of saying high firepower offensive magic, you can say high powered offensive magic for smoother sound. So a refined version would be, but actually, of course, as a mage, high powered offensive magic is also her specialty. You're doing an awesome job.
So Marcial is a half mage. Again, I want to try it again. Marcial is a half elf mage skilled in healing and combat support. But of course, high powered offensive magic is also her specialty.
That was perfect. You blended everything really well. No worries at all about switching between languages. You're doing great. And if you want to continue with the next character or anything
And
else, I'm here to help.
she play an important role in this story because she is keeping Tsukomi. How to say Tsukomi in English? And how to say 吐槽 in English?
Great question. In English, the term tsukomi is often translated as straight man or the straight man role in a comedy
No,
duo.
no. I want to say 吐槽 in English, which means the person will always be a little bit angry, or he has normal idea, because other people will come up with crazy ideas, but this one, he or she have to correct somebody else in the party.
Got it. In English, we often translate tsuko as to roast or to rib someone, or simply to tease or to retort. It's that role where someone provides the witty or sarcastic comeback, especially when others come up with crazy ideas. So you could say that Marcial plays the role of the straight man and also the one who roasts or retorts in the group.
So maybe I could combine the content before. So Lyles come up with the idea to survive by using defeat monsters as food, but Marcial think this idea is too crazy, so she will roast Lyles. Am I right?
Absolutely, you've got it. That combination makes perfect sense. Laios comes up with the idea, and then Marcial, with her witty and skeptical nature, roasts him for it. That's a perfect description. You're definitely on the right track.
But roast is sacrifice. No, not sacrifice. Roast is a little bit sarcastic, right? But actually, she is the weak one. 她没有那么强势，我该怎么说呢？
I see what you mean. In that case, you could say that she's more of a gentle or mild character. You could describe her as having a more soft-spoken or gentle nature rather than being harsh or strong.
我想说的是一个，比方说在说相声或者是搞笑故事中，一个人是负责装傻，然后另外一个人是负责生气吐槽。那马路希尔是负责生气吐槽的这个人，所以他有一个比较正常人的观念。这个正常人的观念，然后吐槽该怎么说？用英文呢？
In that context, you can say that the other person plays the straight man role, and the one who roasts or retorts is the one with the more normal or rational perspective. The Tsukomi role is essentially that of the one who points out the absurdity, often with a bit of sarcasm. So in English, you could say that Marcial plays the straight man and provides the retort or Tsukomi in the group.
Yes, so I want to say Marcio plays the straight man roles and provide the Tsukomi in the group. But I wonder this word. I wonder if this word strange because I called Marcio a straight man.
I totally get what you mean. The term straight man is pretty standard in comedy, and it fits well for Marcial's role. It won't lose its meaning, and it's widely understood. So you're definitely on the right track. If you ever need more clarification or want to refine it further, I'm here to help.
Okay, so in this story, Marcial played the straight man role, so she's give the Tsukomi to other members in the group.
That's perfect. You captured it really well. It's natural to say that Marcial plays the straight man role and provides the Tsukomi to the other group members. Great job putting it all together.
So Marcial plays the straight man role and provides the Tsukomi to other group members. Okay. Because she often feels repulsed by eating monster cuisine, causing some conflict within the group.
That's a great way to put it. Everything flows really well. You've highlighted how Marcial's reactions create a bit of tension and humor within the group. You're definitely capturing the dynamic well. If you want to continue or refine anything further, just let me know.
You didn't need to give me so much feedback. I just want you to repeat what I just said, or if I say something strange or wrong, please correct me just by repeat the correct version.
Got it. I'll keep it brief and focus on just repeating or correcting what you say. Thanks for letting me know, and we'll keep it simple from here on out.
So I want to review the Marcial's part. So the second important role in this party is Marcial. She is a half elf mage and who is skilled in healing and combat support. And of course, high power offensive magic is her specialite. Is also her specialty. But she often feels repulsed by eating monster cuisine, causing some conflict within the group. So she plays the stray man role in this group and provides some Tsukomi to other members.
That was great. Just a couple small tweaks. Instead of saying special light, you can say specialty. Also, instead of feels repulsed, you might say is often repulsed. And in provide some tsukomi, it's more natural to say provides the tsukomi. So the refined version would be the second important role in this party is Marcial. She's a half-elf mage skilled in healing and combat support. And of course, high-powered offensive magic is also her specialty. However, she often feels repulsed by eating monster cuisine, causing some conflict in the group. Therefore, she plays the straight man role and provides the tsukomi to the other members. Awesome job.
The second important role in this party is Marcial. She is a half-elf mage skilled in healing and combat support. And of course, high-power offensive magic is also her specialty. However, she often feels repulsed by eating monster cuisine, causing some conflict in the group. Therefore, she plays the straight man role and provides the tsukomi to other members.
That was excellent. You nailed it. Everything was clear and natural. If you want to review and practice any other parts, just let me know.
So, the last person I want to introduce today is Chilchak. He is a half-foot.
Perfect. That's a great introduction. Whenever you're ready, you can continue describing Chilchuk, and I'll help out with any corrections or suggestions.
So, Chilchak is a pragmatic half-foot locksmith and trap disarmer. He is calm and reliable, helping the team safely navigate the dangers of the dungeon.
That was really well done. Everything sounded natural and clear. If you want to add more details or need any adjustments, just let me know. Great job.
Okay, so I want to make 我想要整合今天介绍的3位角色的内容。这个整合的英文怎么说呢？
The English word for zhenghe in this context is synthesize or integrate. So you could say to synthesize the content or to integrate the information.
So I want to integrate the information or synthesize. I want to synthesize the content from the very first. 从一开始的英文呢？
In English, ikaishir is from the very beginning. So you could say, I want to synthesize the content from the very beginning.
So I want to synthesize the content from the very beginning. I want to talk about the Japanese comic called Delicious in Dungeon. Oh, of course, Japanese is Dungeon Meshi, and translate in English will be Delicious in Dungeon.
That was great. Everything flowed naturally. You've successfully integrated the information and clearly explained the title. If you want to expand on anything else or need more help, just let me know.
And the first main character I want to introduce is Laios. He is a tall man warrior, and he is fascinated not only by monsters as enemies, but also by their biology and flavors.
That was really good. Just a small tweak, instead of fascinate, you can say fascinated. So it would be, he is fascinated not only by monsters as enemies, but also by their biology and flavors. Okay. Everything else was spot on.
So Laios, who is a tall man warrior, he is fascinated not only by monsters as enemies, but also by their biology and flavors. So Laios came up with the idea to survive by the enemy defeat enemy as food.
That was gay. Just a small refinement. Instead of saying by the defeat enemy as food, he can say by using defeated monsters as food. So it would be Liars came up with the idea to survive by using defeated monsters as food. Nice job.
So Laios is a Toman warrior who is fascinated he is fascinated not only by monsters as enemies, but also by their biology and flavors. So he came up with the idea to survive by using defeat monsters as food, which is the origin of the unique dish in this party.
That was excellent. Just a small note, instead of saying the origin of the unique dish in this party, you can say the origin of the party's unique dishes. So it would be Laios is a tall man warrior who is fascinated not only by monsters as enemies, but also by their biology and flavors. He came up with the idea to survive by using defeated monsters as food, which is the origin of the party's unique dishes. Great job.
So Laios is a Toman warrior who is fascinated not only by monsters as enemies, but also by their biology and flavors. He came up with the idea to survive by using defeat monsters as food, which is the origin of the party's unique dishes. And the next person I want to introduce is Marcio. Marcio is a half-elf mage. She is skilled in healing and combat support. But of course, high-power offensive magic is also her specialty.
That was fantastic. You integrated everything really smoothly. If you'd like to continue with Marcial's details or move on to the next character, just let me know. You're doing an awesome job.
Okay, so Marcio is play a straight man role in this party because she have a normal perspective here. She often feels repulsed by eating monster cuisine, which causing some conflict within the group. So she will provide some tsukomi to other member.
That was really well done. Just a couple small adjustments. Instead of play a straight man role, you can say plays the straight man role. And instead of she have a normal perspective, it would be she has a normal perspective. So a refined version would be Marcial plays the straight man role in the party because she has a normal perspective. She often feels repulsed by eating monster cuisine, which causes some conflict within the group. And so she provides the tsukomi to the other members. Great job.
Marcio plays the straight man role in the party. Because she has a normal perspective, she often feels repulsed by eating monster cuisine, which causes some conflict within the group. And so she provides the tsukomi to other members. And there is another another member who has normal perspective, who is Chilchak.
That was really good. Just a small tweak. Instead of there are another member, you can say there is another member. So it would be, but there is another member who has a normal perspective, and that is Chilchak.
And
did a great
but
job
there
timing.
is another member who has a normal perspective, and that is Chilchak. Chilchak is a whole health food locksmith and trap disarmer.
That was excellent. Just a tiny correction. Instead of health food locksmith, it's half elf locksmith. So it would be Chilchuk is
He
a
is
half.
not half elf. He is a half foot, which means her height is not shorter than Tolman.
Got it. Thanks for clarifying. So in that case, you can say Chilchuk is a half-foot locksmith and trap disarmer, meaning that he's smaller in stature compared to the Tolman.
Compared to Tolman, okay. Chilchak is a half foot locksmith and trap disarmer. So he's more pragmatic, calm, and reliable. So he has a normal perspective, helping the team safely navigate the dangers of the dungeon.
That was great. Everything sounded really natural and clear. You've nicely captured Chilchuk's characteristics and role. If you want to refine anything else or add more details, just let me know.
英文的部分大概这样子。哦，没想到介绍3个角色这么辛苦。好，接下来换日文。那我想要一开始的那个，但还是有很多不知道怎么说的。那我学到一些特别的重要的东西，像是 normal perspective，然后 play straight man roles in this party 之类的部分。好，再练一个日文。OK， 这样。はい、こんにちは。だから、私、今日はね、日本語の漫画を話したいんです。
とても良いですね。ちょっとだけ修正すると、だからは必要ないので、今日はね、日本語の漫画を話したいですの方が自然です。
今日はね、日本語の漫画を話したいんです。私、話したいのは、ダンジョン飯、この作品なんです。
とても自然な表現です。もしもう少しスムーズにしたい場合は、私が話したいのはダンジョン飯という作品です。とすると、
私が話したいのはダンジョン飯という作品です。
完璧です。この表現はとても自然で分かりやすいですね。引き続き何か話したいことがあれば気軽に言ってくださいね。
私は、
はい、どうぞお好きなように続けてください。ゆっくりで大丈夫ですよ。
私は3人の主人公を紹介したいんです。
とてもいい表現ですね。文法も自然でとても分かりやすいです。もし何か補足やアドバイスが必要であれば遠慮なく聞いてください。
最終の一人はライオスです。ライオスはトールマンの戦士で魔物を単なる敵としてだけではなく、その独特な生態や味にも興味を持っています。
とてもいい感じです。 少しだけ自然な表現にすると、ライオスはトールマンの戦士で、魔物を単なる敵として見るのではなく、その独特な生態や味にも興味を持っています。というふうに言うと、よりスムーズになります。
ライオスはトールマンの戦士で魔物を単なる敵をとして見るのではなく、その独特な生態や味にも興味を持っています。
完璧です。とても自然な日本語になっていますね。引き続き何か話したいことや練習したい内容があれば、いつでも声をかけてください。
だから彼は倒した魔物を食材にして迷宮を生き抜きアイディアを思いつき、これがこのパーティーの独特な食生活の起源となっています。
とてもいいですね。少しだけ自然な流れにすると、だから彼は倒した魔物を食材にして迷宮を生き抜くアイデアを思いつき、それがこのパーティーの独特な食材化の起源となっています。といった感じです。とても上手ですよ。
はい、今日はね、日本語の漫画を話したいんです。はい、私話したいのは単純飯という作品です。私は3人の主人公を紹介したいんです。最終、最初の一人はライオスです。ライオスはトールマンの戦士で、魔物を単なる敵として見るのではなく、その独特な生態や味にも興味も持っています。だから彼は倒した魔物を食材にして迷宮を生き抜くアイディアを思いつき、それがこのパーティーの独特な食生活の起源となっています。
とてもスムーズで分かりやすい話し方ですね。細かい部分もほとんど完璧です。引き続き何か練習したい内容や気になる点があれば遠慮なく言ってくださいね。
君はもう一度市販させてもいいですか？君が make a sample ください。
もちろん喜んでお手伝いしますよ。では何か具体的な例文やシチュエーションがあればぜひ教えてください。それに合わせてサンプルをお見せしますね。
私は君がサンプルしたいものが私さっき言ったものです。全部話一回お願いします。
了解です。ではあなたが聞いた内容を全部まとめてサンプルとしてお見せしますね。もし具体的な内容やシチュエーションがあればそれに合わせて調整しますので遠慮なく教えてください。
だから君はリピート、私さっき言った内容できるなのか？全部リピートお願いします。単純飯の内容です。
もちろんです。承知しました。では今までお話ししてきたダンジョン飯の内容をすべて繰り返してお伝えしますね。少しずつ確認しながら必要に応じて調整もしていきますので安心してお任せください。
だから私から話ではなく君から教えてください。今までお話しして時の単純飯の内容は何ですか？教えてください。
了解です。任せてください。ではこれまでお話ししてきたダンジョン飯の内容を私の方からまとめてお伝えしますね。その後何か気になる点があればまた遠慮なく聞いてください。
私たちがさっきライオスのことを話したですよね。だからライオスのことを教えてください。
了解です。それではライオスのことを改めてお伝えしますね。ライオスはトールマンの戦士で、魔物をただの敵としてではなく、その独特な生態や味にも興味を持っています。そのため、倒した魔物を食材として活用し、パーティーの食生活の工夫を生み出しているということですね。もし他に気になる点があれば、ぜひ聞いてください。
ライオスはトールマンの戦士で魔物をただの敵として魔物をただの敵としてではなく、その独特な生態や味にも興味を持っています。そのため、倒した魔物を食材として活用し、パーティーの食生活を出しているというところです。ということです。
とてもいい質問ですね。つまりライオスは魔物をただ倒すだけでなく、その魔物の特徴や味に注目して食材として生かすことで、パーティーの食生活にユニークな
食材として生かすこと、この表現が正しいなんですか？
はい、食材として生かすという表現はとても自然で正しい使い方です。生かすは何かを有効に利用するという意味なので、この文脈ではとても適していますよ。
はい。
もし他にも
ライオスは魔物を食材として生かしたいんです。
とても自然でいい表現ですね。魔物を食材として生かすという言い方はしっかり意味が伝わります。この調子でどんどん練習していきましょう。
そして2人目、私紹介したい人はマルシルです。マルシルはハーフエルフの魔法使いです。回復や鮮度資源の魔法をたけています。
とても自然で分かりやすいですね。マルシルはハーフエルフの魔法使いで、回復や戦闘資源の魔法を得意としています。という表現はすごくスムーズです。引き続き何かあれば遠慮なくどうぞ。
私さっき言いたいのは、マルシルはハーフエルフの魔法使いで、回復や鮮度資源の魔法に長けています。
バッチリ伝わっていますよ。少し言い回しを整えると、マルシルはハーフエルフの魔法使いで、回復や戦闘支援の魔法に長けています。という感じも自然です。とても上手に話せていますね。
そして何々を長けていますと何々を得意します。どこが違いですか？違うところは何ですか？
いい質問ですね。基本的に得意ですと長けていますはほぼ同じ意味で使えますが、得意ですは日常的な会話でよく使われる表現で、少しカジュアルなニュアンスがあります。一方で長けていますはもう少しフォーマルで専門的なスキルや能力を強調するニュアンスがあるんです。状況や場面に応じて使い分けるといいですね。
はい、そして続きます。もちろん、魔法使いとして、高火力の攻撃魔法も彼女の得意分野です。
とても自然で分かりやすいですよ。攻撃魔法も彼女の得意分野ですという表現はしっかり伝わりますし、流れもスムースですね。この調子でどんどん続けていきましょう。
はい、もう一度お願いします。マルシルは、ハーフエルフの魔法使いで、回復や鮮度資源の魔法に長けています。もちろん、高火力の攻撃魔法も彼女の得意分野です。
了解です。もう一度お伝えしますね。マルシルはハーフエルフの魔法使いで、回復や戦闘支援の魔法に長けています。もちろん攻撃魔法も彼女の得意分野です。これでバッチリですね。
だけど、マルシルは、なんか、ツッコミキャラですよね。彼女は、獣である魔物食には強く拒絶反応を示しており、それが仲間との揉め事のためになります。
とてもいい表現ですね。マルシルは確かにツンデレなキャラクターですよね。彼女は獣である魔物に対して強い拒絶反応を示すことがあり、それが仲間との摩擦の原因にもなります。といった感じで
私はさっきツンデレじゃない、ツンデレ言いません。言ったのはツッコミキャラです。
なるほど、失礼しました。では、マルシルはツッコミキャラで獣である魔物に対して強い拒絶反応を示すことがあり、それが仲間との摩擦の原因になるんです。というふうに言い換えましょう。これでバッチリですね。
マルシルはツッコミキャラで、魔物に対して強い拒絶反応を示しており、彼女は魔物を食べることには強い拒絶反応を示しており、それが仲間との摩擦の原因になるんです。
とても自然に言えてますよ。摩擦という言葉もバッチリ合っています。全体としてマルシルが魔物を食べることに対して拒絶反応を示す。その結果として仲間との衝突が生まれるという流れがとても伝わりやすいです。この調子で
マルシルが魔物を食べることに対して拒絶反応を示す。その結果として仲間との仲介仲間との摩擦が生まれます。
完璧です。摩擦という言葉もちゃんと合っていますし、流れもとても自然です。これでしっかり伝わりますね。
摩擦と衝突がどこが違いですか？
いい質問ですね。摩擦は主に対立や意見の食い違いによって生じる少し継続的な緊張や不調和を指します。一方で衝突はより直接的で激しい対立やぶつかり合いを意味します。つまり摩擦は比較的穏やかな対立、衝突はより強烈で明確な対立といった違いがあります。
はい、そしてこれは本当に最後の一人です。チルジャクです。チルジャクは実用的なハーフフードの鍵師で罠解除の専門家です。
とてもいい表現ですね。チルチャクは実用的なハーフフットの鍵師で罠解除の専門家です。という言い方はとても自然で分かりやすいです。 これで最後のキャラクター紹介もバッチリですね。
OK。OK。最後のオリジナルパーティー、この3人パーティーの最後の1人はチルチャクです。チルチャクは実用的なハーフフットの鍵師で罠解除の専門家です。彼は冷静かつ現実的で迷宮の危険からパーティーを守ります。
とても素晴らしいですね。そのままの流れでチルチャクの特徴や役割がはっきり伝わっています。これで3人のキャラクター紹介が完璧にまとまりましたね。引き続き何か練習したいことがあれば遠慮なく言ってください。
君に一つお願いがあります。君が僕を助ける欲しいんです。この今日練習、今まで話したことを全部まとめてください。この3人のキャラクターの紹介をまとめてください。私は文章が作りたいんです。文章を見たいです。読みたいんです。文章を読みたいんです。整理してください。
OK です。もちろんお任せください。では今まで話してきた3人のキャラクター紹介をきれいにまとめて読みやすい文章にしますね。少々お待ちください。まずライオスはトールマンの戦士で魔物を単なる敵として見るのではなく、その独特な生態や味にも興味を持ち、倒した魔物を食材として活用することでパーティーの食生活に独自の工夫をもたらします。次にマルシルはハーフエルフの魔法使いで回復や戦闘支援の魔法に長けており、さらに攻撃魔法も得意としています。ただ魔物を食べることに対しては強い拒絶反応を示し、そのため仲間との摩擦が生じることもあります。最後にチルチャクは実用的なハーフウッドの鍵師で罠解除の専門家です。冷静で現実的な性格で迷宮の危険からパーティーを守る存在です。こんな感じで3人のキャラクターをまとめてみました。ぜひこの文章を読んでみてくださいね。
なんか少しだけおかしい。まずライオスはトールマンの戦士で魔物を単なる敵として見るのではなく、その独特な生態や味にも興味を持ち、倒した魔物を食材として活躍する。活躍じゃない。
活用する。
活用。倒した魔物を食材として活用することで、パーティーの独特な食生活。这句话太难了吧？这句话是什么？
パーティーの食生活に独自の工夫をもたらします。
独自の幸福をもたらします。什么是独自の幸福？独自の幸福。パーティーの食生活に独自の幸福をもたらします。
パーティーの食生活に独自の工夫をもたらします。
次にマルシルはハーフエルフの魔法使いで、回復や鮮度資源の魔法に長けており、長けており、さらに攻撃魔法も得意としています。ただ、魔物を食べることに対して強い拒絶反応。
拒絶反
拒
応
絶拒絶反応を示して、そのため仲間との摩擦が何じる発る
の摩擦が生じる
生じる。はい、仲間との摩擦が生じることもあります。最後に、チルチャクは実用的なハーフフードの鍵して、罠解除の専門家です。冷静
冷静
冷静で現実的な性格で迷宮の危険からパーティーを守る存在です。はい。OK。日本語の練習部分も終わります。好的，所以韩文的部分我就让 ChatGPT 再把刚才日文的部分帮我精简成3句简单的韩文，就是这样子3句。라오스는 라오스는 더르만 应该跟之前这个是一样的吧。라오스는 토르만 토르만じゃない토르맨 송 사 이 그
전사예요.
从杀，那这是从杀也有，这是从杀一个마무르는这个也有마무르这个吧，不是，看一下，太难了。라이오스는这个是torment
전사이고 마무를
먹는 사람이니다
입니다
사람입니다 사람입니다 吃怪物的人是一个吃怪物的人
마무를 먹는 사람입니다
마무를 먹는 사람 的人嘛，我这个很熟，什么的人
사람입니다
사람人이니다 사람입니다 사람입니다 라이오스는
톨멘 전사이고 마무를 먹는 사람입니다
라오스는 토르맨 전사이고 라오스는 토르맨 전사이고 저리
라이오스는 톨멘 전사이고
라오스는 토르맨 전사이고 마모는 마무르 吃 먹는 먹는 사람입니다 사람입니다. 사람입니다. 마무를 마무른 마무리 마무른
마무를
마무르는 마무른
먹는
먹는
마무를 먹는
마무르 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 먹는 사람이니다. 마무르 먹는 사람이니다. 라오스는 더르멘 소 점사이고 전사이고 라오스는 더르멘 전사이고 마모는 먹는 사람이니다.
라이오스는
더르멘 천사이고
마무를
마모른
먹는 사람입니다.
사람이니다. 라오스는 더르멘 천사이고 마모는 사람이니다. 먹는
나는 먹는다.
먹는다.
나는 과일을 먹는다.
먹는真的是吃呢，蒙嫩 OK， 所以一定要学会蒙嫩啊，毕竟是迷宫饭，蒙嫩太重要了。蒙嫩라오스는 더르멘 전사이고 마물은 먹는 사람이니다. OK， 下一位。反过来。마르시르不知道。마르시르는
하프엘프
하프엘프 하프엘프
마법사이고 마물을
먹는 不喜欢
것을
것을 后面好难哦。
싫어합니다. 싫어합니다.
然后这是什么
것을
싫어하니다. 먹는 这意思是什么？ 마르시르이고 而且名词化 먹는 变成名词化
마르실은 하프엘프 마법사이고
这个 먹는 变成名词化
먹는 것을
먹는 것을 먹는 것을 먹는 것을， 然后后面是讨厌，讨厌是这个먹는 것을
싫어합니다.
싫어합니다. 싫어합니다. 싫어합니다. 뭐 마무른
마무를
마무를 뭐 먹는
먹는
吃的这件事情 먹는
먹는 것을
먹는 것을
먹는 것을
먹는 것을
먹는 것을
먹는 것을
싫어합니다.
싫어합니다. 먹는 것을 싫어합니다. 먹는 것을 싫어합니다. 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 먹는 것을 싫어합니다. 마무를
마무를 먹는 것을 싫어합니다.
마무를 어는 것을 싫어합니다. 마무를 먹는 것을 싫어합니다.
마무를 먹는 것을 싫어합니다. 마르실은 마무를 먹는 것을 싫어합니다.
마르실은 마무는
마르실은 마무를 먹는 것을 싫어합니다.
마르실은 마무를 먹는 것을 싫어합니다. 마르실은 마무를 먹는
것을 싫어합니다.
것은 싫어합니다. 먹는 것은
먹는 것을
싫어합니다. 먹는 것을 싫어합니다. 마르실은 마무를 먹는 것을 싫어합니다. 마르실은
마무를 먹는 것을 싫어합니다.
마르실은 마무를 먹는 것을 싫어합니다. 마르실은 마무를 먹는 것을 싫어합니다. 먹는 것을 마무를 먹는 것을
마무를 먹는 것을
마무를 먹는 것을
마무를 먹는 것을
마무를 먹는 것을 싫어합니다. 不喜欢一件事情。마무를 먹는 吃 것을 变名词 마무를 먹는 것을 싫어합니다. 싫어합니다. 마르실은 마무를 먹는 것을 마무를 먹는 것을
마무를 먹는 것을
마무를 먹는 것을 싫어합니다. 마르실은 마무를 먹는 것을 싫어합니다.
마르실은 마무를 먹는 것을 싫어합니다.
마르실은 마무를 먹는 것을 싫어합니다.我觉得我的 记忆容量认知上限可能只有2句耶，第3句可能太多了，我觉得可能要先吃魔物跟不吃魔物就好。라이오스는 더룸엔 손사이그 마모른 먹는 사람이니까 마모른 먹는 사나이니까 会吃魔物吃的人，对吧？魔物吃的人。
마물을 먹는 사람입니다.
마물은 먹는 사람이니다. 라오스는 더르멘 손사이고 마물은 먹는 사람이니다. 마르시는 前面忘记了，但是没有练习后面。마모는 뭐는 거친 사람 하니다. 这边要再记一下，吃魔物这件事情，마모는 뭐는
마물을 먹는 것을
것을
마물을 먹는 것을
오케이. 마모는 먹는 것을 사랑하니다. 사랑하니다. 마르시는 마모는 먹는 것을 사랑하니다. 라오스는 더르멘 손사이고 마모는 먹는 사람이니다. 마르시는 하브엘프 마보사이그 마모는 까싸 又忘这一句，忘记这个。마모는 어는 것을
마물을 먹는 것을
마모는 먹는 것을 마모는 먹는 것을 사랑하니다. 今天的目标不是今天进度就先这样子吧，希尔查克先这样。要好好的复习啊，韩文的学习进度还是堪忧。先到这里。